So that is Rudolph and Clarice. I just found them in my closet. So I felt bad. I know they're stuffed animals. I felt bad. They've been in the closet for like years. And so I let them out here to enjoy the sun before I pack them again in another box because they're not coming with me. I don't have room. Hey, I'm yelling at you. I just started packing. I'm packing because I know that I will be leaving for Kenya soon. I just wanted to get it over with, really, and kind of figure out what I'm taking and what I'm leaving here. So I started packing and thought, well, I should share some of my packing tips with people because I hate packing. I hate packing like I hate vacuuming, and I really hate vacuuming. But I've learned some tips over the years. I've learned some tricks over the years, and I thought I'd share them with you guys. So first and foremost is if you're going away for a really long trip, you definitely want to be able to fit as much as you can in your suitcase, but then there's also that weight restriction the airlines put on you. So when I fly, the weight restriction is 50 pounds per bag. Space bag. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, space bag. You put all your clothes in it or whatever, can shrink with air sucked out of it, and the front of the package is a little bit of a lie because you can't get all of these clothes to shrink into that, but I will show you how it works. It's actually pretty amazing to save space. So what I've done, I have two suitcases. I have this one here, which is not huge, but I mean it's big enough, and then I have this one here, which is actually quite large, and most of the time I run out of weight, or I go overweight before I use up all the space in this one. But let's see. This one I've already started, and so what I normally do is try to maximize the space in the suitcase as much as I possibly can. What I've done here is, instead of taking DVD cases or CD cases, yes, I have everything on my MP3 player, which is about this big, which is awesome. So I don't have any music here, but these are blank DVDs, blank CDs, and then I've got my movies and TV shows here. I have stock footage here and projects that I've worked on, and I've got software for my computer if my computer ever dies and I need to upload, or sorry, reinstall everything again. So basically everything I need is right here in disc form. And a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just get a hard drive and put all your stock footage on there and yada yada yada. I have one, but it scares me a little bit when you have everything in one spot, because what happens if it breaks or gets stolen or, you know, anything, it's all gone. These are laying now in the suitcase with the rods running between, so they're not taking up as much space as they normally would be if you just kind of threw them in at any angle. And then I've just got some sheets, and in this box I've got extra batteries, pens, I think. I've actually labeled it, but the label's on the other side, of course. And I've jammed that box to where it can almost not close, so all of that space is taken up as well. And ideally I would, you know, take up the space down here with maybe socks or scarves. Actually, I have a bunch of scarves in there. You know, just everything to maximize the space if you need to, because, you know, sometimes we find that our suitcases aren't big enough. So what I've done is I've decided that I'm gonna make this one as heavy as can be. So I've put my heaviest stuff in here. These are actually kind of heavy. They're probably about 5 pounds each, these spools or spindles. So I wanted to put everything that's heavy in here and max this bag out at 50 pounds so that I know what I'm doing with my bigger bag, where I have more room to play with. And then in here is my heavier stuff, so like sweaters. I've got skirts, and I've got my jeans in here. I think this whole pile of clothes right here is about 20 pounds. Yeah, so I vacuum sealed it, and I love these bags because honestly this pile of clothing was probably about triple the size before I sucked all the air out of it. So that's pretty much in there. This suitcase is expandable. You know, it has one of these zippers that allows it to be taller if you need it to be. So then I'll just shut this up and go weigh it. 50 pounds. Pretty much exactly what I needed it to be, which is very exciting. But now I have to fit all of this stuff into this suitcase here, as well as my toiletries. I'm not taking like bulk toiletries because I can buy most of everything I need in Nairobi. I'm just taking the necessities that'll get me through a week or a month or whatever without having to buy anything. So that suitcase, it is big enough, as much as it doesn't look like it, but I also have to get these clothes here, as well as those clothes there, into that. I want to show you guys how these vacuum sealed bags work, because this is kind of a lot of clothing, right? I mean, I've got everything from raincoats to shirts to jeans right there, and it's a pretty thick bundle, but let me show you how it works. So you put it in the bag. There is a spot on this bag right here, and it is a stop line, so you're not supposed to fill the bag past that, otherwise you can't zip it up. I like to zip it twice just in case there's two seals here, just in case one of them didn't seal the first time. And then step 3 should be your final step. You open the cap, however your bag might look. I have 2 different kinds that look differently. Open the cap, and you take your vacuum nozzle, put it over the hole, and then turn on your vacuum, and you literally just let it do its work. You can see that it has significantly reduced the amount of space that this clothing bag is going to take up. This one, which is a pillow, a quilt, and a towel. So have a look at how thick that is right there. Okay, so there is the after. Again, pillow, quilt, and towel is now that thin. So that's the vacuum seal bag, and it's saving my packing space. There's another trick for these bags that I just thought of. If you are vacuum sealing something that has like buckles, like this purse, or, oh, sorry guys, on the back of it, it has zipper here, cover it up, just because you don't want to puncture a hole in the bag. It makes the entire bag useless, obviously, because it needs to be airtight. So it's better to be safe than sorry. It's really important, not only if you do not buy a cheap suitcase. I once bought an Air Canada suitcase and it lasted me like 1 flight. Seriously, by the time it got there, it was like a zipper had busted and it was ripped. No good, because suitcases are expensive. So if you're gonna pay to get a suitcase at all, you might as well pay to get one that you can use more than one time. So this one, it's not the lightest, but it's not the heaviest either, so it's a good case. As far as going overweight in your luggage, there's no tricks that I can offer for that other than just get rid of any packaging that you don't need, like DVD cases, for instance, like I already talked about. Even with books, like try not to take too many hardcover books. And I even take all the sleeves off the hardcover books unless they're gifts for somebody, and carry on as many books and heavy stuff as you can. And I always carry on my big electronics, like my laptop. It's really the only thing I have, but that's about it. Background music by Adele, my new favorite artist. She's awesome. And that's about it. So anybody who's packing and hates it as much as I do, here's some things to make your dilemma a little less stressful. That's it. Thanks for watching.